guys, I'm very excited to be talking to you today from Kuching, Malaysia. It was a very long journey coming from Rome and the US to get here. I'm in my lovely girlfriend's piano studio and I'm excited to start bringing you guys some vlogs. Now that that's through, thank you for tuning into my channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you so much. Today we're going to be talking about the Vatican City, and more specifically the Vatican Museum, and how much it costs, where's the front door, what it's like inside, is it worth it, and just some general feedback about the experience. The Vatican in general is something that you shouldn't go to explore lightly. It's probably going to take you all day. Once you get into the museum and the actual city area, it's just enormous. And it's so crowded, so you really cannot move that quickly through it, whether you want to or not. The Vatican itself is one of the pricier things to do in Rome. You can do it for, I don't think you can do it for free, but you can do it for like 10 euros, 12 euros, something like that, if you're prepared to go there very early in the morning and stand in the line and get a ticket there. Now, I really don't recommend this, as there's no shade. There's not a lot to do there or even look at. You're just going to be standing around, guys. So, my recommendation is just spend an extra, well, depending on the company that you go through online, an extra 15 to 30 euros to just get the ticket. It's a priority ticket, and you're going to skip the line and just walk right in. This is what most people do. And if you are kind of short on time, it's what I recommend that you do as well, like I did. Now, as you're gonna see here, this is what looks like the entrance to the Vatican, and it is the entrance to the Vatican City itself. It's very grandiose, and it looks like where you're supposed to go, right? Wrong. Well, depending on where you're trying to go. If you're trying to get to the Basilica and just see the Vatican City, and there's some other little small things over on that side, and those are all free, then sure, you're in the right place. But other than those things, which you're all gonna wait in line for, the actual entrance to the museum is here. And as you can see, this is a very long setup for the line. It's set up that way for a reason, and people go even past this really ridiculously long line. This is the actual entrance. Now, if you bought your tickets online, don't walk to the entrance. What you have to do is you need to look at your ticket and the receipt for it. It's going to say, meet the person at whatever address it says, which sounds really sketchy, but it's actually tour businesses. And then you'll get your ticket, you wait for them. Well, you don't get your actual ticket, you get a voucher so that you can go wait around for the guys to check you again outside of the building, where they will then swap your voucher for an actual ticket. Now you need to go to the line, or not really the line, you're gonna walk past the line in the priority line. Don't walk in the street. Then when you get to the front, they're gonna look for your ticket. They're gonna rip it or mark it or do something to it, and then you go in. Now this part is where it gets confusing because this ticket that you get from the front is again not the real ticket. It's like just a ticket to get past the front gate. Then you need to go in. I believe you need to go up some escalators, and then you will actually see the real ticket booth that you will give this other marked ticket, voucher, whatever it is, to the ladies behind the counter. Then they'll give you your actual scannable ticket, which you will then take to the little turnstile to scan. And you've finally, after all that complicated mess, made it into the Vatican Museum. Now, what's in the Vatican Museum? Well, there is a plethora of art, statues, stained glass, artifacts, just so much stuff, guys. And I mean, when you walk through here, I'm gonna flash some videos and photos here. I mean, you're just gonna see art on every wall, on every inch of the ceiling, on the floor. Every single inch of this place is a masterpiece everywhere you look. It's actually very overwhelming because you don't know where to look. You want to stop and you want to look at the art and inspect it, but you can't because you're most likely going to be shoulder to shoulder with 100,000 other people who are trying to do the same thing, plus take selfies for their Instagram, or like me, using their GoPro to take videos or photos. Now, don't let this deter you if you don't like crowds or tight spaces. I know it's stressful, it can be uncomfortable, it can even be smelly, depending on how hot it was or how hot it is when you go, which it was hot on this day, and actually the smell wasn't bad. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. Now, basically, when you find something you want to take a picture of, you need to make yourself known and just get in there and take the picture. Be as fast as you can before other people crowd in, because they will. Everyone's trying to force their way into everything. This makes it sound like not a fun place to go, but really, guys, if you like art, if you like architecture, if you like statues, if you like history, if you like any of these things, I mean, I spent from 7 in the morning when I left my hostel until about 4:30 in the afternoon, and I still feel like I could have spent another whole day in there. Now, I did see everything in there. However, like I mentioned, there's a lot of people, you're kind of getting pushed around a bit, and there's just so much to see. It's impossible to really, truly appreciate all of the art and the architecture that you will go past in this place. So I'm not sure what I'm going to decide to put here, but here's some beautiful videos, some images. Enjoy for the next few minutes. And so now, was it worth it? I 1000% say yes, it was worth it. Now, I think to see all of the Vatican City, because this is just the Vatican Museum and the Sistine Chapel, you know, this area alone took up a lot of, and that brings me to another point, guys. For all the attractions in Rome, you will want to try and get the tickets in advance online. This is not something that I normally recommend and normally would do myself. However, there are not many kiosks for any of the things in Rome, any of the attractions. In addition, there's just so many people going there that sometimes people will go and they can't get a ticket. And that's the last thing you want to do, is show up and not be able to see the things that you want, and maybe not get to see it on your entire trip if it's one of the last days. So that being said, again, I didn't go to St. Peter's Basilica, and I didn't see some of the other smaller attractions in the Vatican City. These are worth it, I think. I've seen photos and people told me about them, and everyone was just floored. I just simply didn't have enough time, and I got a little sick on my trip right after I went to this area. So I really wasn't up to checking out the other stuff. Okay, good tip, guys. Do not come out here in the middle of the day, because it's really hot. I really recommend doing the outside part in the morning if you can, or the evening if that's possible. But it is quite nice. Now, because right now is the perfect time to go to Rome, Italy, Europe in general, because as you know, the euro and the dollar are pretty much the same right now, which has not been the case for pretty much as long as I can remember. So the prices are up a little bit, but not that much in Italy itself. One thing I do want to point out though is make sure that you pay in euros, because one thing I noticed is a lot of places had the dollar amount and the euro amount, and they still had it set to pay the pretty much 20% more dollars than if you paid in euros. So they're using the old conversion rate. Don't be duped, guys. They're just trying to get your money. But anyway, guys, this is my video for the Vatican City. One final note, as you're gonna see here, when you get through, you're gonna be so hungry, and there is what looks like the only food court or cafeteria, crowded, long lines, expensive, not good food. Then you keep walking and you'll go past not one, but two more little restaurant cafes. Guys, go to the other cafes. They're so much cheaper, there's no lines, and from what I could smell and see, the quality was much better. And the people are kinder. When I was in line and trying to order the food in the cafeteria, the staff was very rude. They're rushing everyone around, and altogether it was just a very negative experience. Even trying to find a seat for me alone was next to impossible. I had to sit with another completely full table of other people in another group. But anyway, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you learned something new. I hope that you get to go to the Vatican City and check out the museum and see all of the beautiful art that it has to offer. And I'll see you later for some more videos about Rome. Bye, guys.